Hello, everyone. Pam Souter here, your Chief Networking Officer with ThatWorks Global. Welcome to our Show Me the Money Zoom. I'm so thrilled to be on here tonight. I've got some beautiful ladies on with me who just promoted to Presidential Diamond and earned the $100,000 good bonus. And we're going to get to talk to each and every one of them. You're going to learn some valuable tips. So have that pencil, that pen, that piece of paper ready, your phone ready. You're going to want to make some notes. So Jordan, let's kick it off with you. Congratulations.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, so Jordan, wow, Presidential Diamond. But first, before we get started, why don't you tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and how long you've been on board?
Okay. I'm Jordan Dausman. My name on Facebook says Levesque because I'm getting married.
Okay.
But I'm from Michigan. So I'm in like the mid-Michigan area. And I actually just had my 2-year anniversary March, so the month I promoted. So I've been here for 2 years.
2 years, President. All right, so Jordan, let's go back in time. 2 years ago, what was going on in your life?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, it's so funny that you asked me that today, I think of all days. You know how you can like look back on Facebook at your history and it's like, this is what you posted whenever. I today went and looked at my post and I seriously broke down crying because it was when I found this business, I was a personal trainer and nutritionist full-time, but I was not making enough money. And I remember calling my mom, just like breaking down, bawling because my car got broken into and my money got stolen and that I was saving up. And I was really, really struggling to even make ends meet. My friend let me live with him because I was living out of my car and kind of crashing on people's couches and I didn't really have a place to stay. And I posted on Facebook a couple of years ago that I was driving from one waitressing job to another because I was waitressing at 2 restaurants, personal training, and working on writing a book. And that was no money. And I remember that I was driving from one job to the other. And the only time I got to sit was when I was in my car. And I remember saying, like on the post, I said, I know something good is going to come from this. And I was like, you know, whatever doesn't kill you makes you Wonder Woman, right? And I found this right after that. And I just like broke down and just lost it today when I read that because I was like, God, it's so crazy to even think about how much has happened in 2 years doing this and how much has changed in my life. So a lot has happened in 2 years.
I mean, that's a lot of life right there. Just only time you could sit down was in your car. And so how did you find us? I mean, what were you, I know you were probably in the back of your mind looking, but how did you find us?
I remember I wanted to do something that changed the world, which that's what I always said. I was like, so I was working on a book. I wanted to be an author and a motivational speaker. And I was just trying to find a way to make an impact because I'd lost a lot of weight. So I used to be almost 300 pounds and I became a personal trainer after. And I was just like, there are people that need to know that they can do more than they think they can right now. And I want to find those people and I want to help them. And I want to help as many as I can at the same time. So I was training, I got my psychology degree and that was what I wanted to do. But I was like, I don't want to be in an office. And I also don't want to be stuck in a gym. Like everything I tried, it was like I outgrew or I felt like I needed to do more. And I was looking for something, but I didn't know what to give all of my energy to try and help as many people as I could. And I actually found this because it's hilarious. My personal training clients were like, you're kidding me, because I used to make fun of it when I knew nothing about what it was. And they're like, you're such a hypocrite. Yeah. So I tried one to prove it wouldn't work essentially and kind of got held down and wrapped. And my results, because I lost so much weight, I cried like a baby. I posted a video on Facebook and I was like, I knew I had a 6-pack. Like I've been working so long. Because what they did for my extra skin was crazy. And I was like, I'm just doing this. Like I'm jumping in with both feet. And I have ever since then, I've just been like, just literally to my upline, I was like, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. Like, I don't care what it is, just tell me. And this is basically the thing where it really paid off putting all of my energy into it because my life has totally changed in the time that I've done it. So I love this company so much.
Right, so I have 2 questions from that conversation right there. When you say I put everything into it, what does that mean? What did you do? I see everyone thinks that there's some magic here. You know, Jordan, that we are somehow like given some magic pixie dust or something, but it's work, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot of work. What does that look like? So, I say this to my team a lot because I think what people don't realize is it doesn't matter what your end goal is if you're not willing to stay in for the messy middle, because you'll never get there. I ran a half marathon, and I remember reading in the book, it said, like, the only exciting days are the day you sign up and the day you finish the race. And then all of the in between, you're like, this is never going to end. And I remember, having days when I was trying to lose weight, or having days when I was trying to do this, and I just felt like, I don't know if I'm ever going to get there. But the trick is when everything is going against you, and when you don't feel like messaging people, or you don't feel like reaching out to new people, and you don't feel like doing what you know you have to do to get there, you do it anyway, because the only thing that's going to get you there is proving the voice in your head wrong. I'm so much more motivated by proving myself wrong, that I'm not the type of person that can be healthier. I'm not the type of person that can get where I want to go, that I will do it in spite of that, but I won't not act because of it. So I tell people, you have to push through during the messy middle, rely on your upline, get help and support, and reach out to people that will support you, not people that won't. But you have to keep going when it's really hard. You can't let your fear stop you from doing what you have to do, because at the end of the day, hard work is what's going to get you there. And it's not always going to feel easy, but the biggest miracles come from like pushing when you do not feel like pushing, because then when it happens, that's evidence that you can do it, but you'll never believe you can until it happens. So
a lot of people don't even realize that there are voices in the head.
Yeah.
And they're right here, right now. And those voices are not kind. They're kind sometimes, but most of the time, were they voices that said, you can't do this? This isn't going to happen for you?
Yeah. I mean, I still struggle with that every single day. I think I tell my distributors, I hear no more than you might. And if whenever you're working this business more, you're going to hear no more. People are going to judge you for it more. People you thought you loved might not support you the way you thought they would, because when you're doing something they're not, it holds a mirror to them. And it's really hard and difficult to see someone taking a risk and going after it in a way that you're not brave enough to. So you're going to find out a lot about the people in your life, but you're also going to find out, you have to know coming into this that if all those things happen, you're not going to stop. You have to know what the point is that you normally give up when it's hard, because if you decide not to, you rewire what your quit switch is, you can get anywhere. You can say, okay, I knew this day was going to come. I knew it was going to be hard, but I'm not stopping. I told myself I wouldn't. I haven't made it yet. Yeah. And you have to do that daily sometimes in this business. It's not easy, but it's so worth it.
Okay, so before we get to the aha moment, I have one more question pertaining to earlier. How has finances changed? How has that side of your life? Are you still waiting tables?
No. I actually went right after I got Diamond. So my first 3 months, I was like, I'm doing this full time, because I felt like I was losing money being at the gym, and I loved the freedom. Well, okay. So my financial situation has totally changed because my fiance just went triple. So he went triple and I went presidential right 2 months, or he went double and triple, and then I went presidential right 2 months in a row. And so I like broke down crying and bawling, because when our first commissions check came out, I was like, it's what ambassadors make. And I was like, they messed up. I kept saying they messed up. This isn't right. And the funny thing is, I'm in an apartment right now, but I'm seriously considering forcing myself to stay here as motivation until I get ambassador, and then I get to move out and buy my dream house. But people all the time are like, how are you doing? Well, you're in an apartment. And I'm like, it's because I'm trying not to spend all of my money. But I think it would be really easy to do that. So right now I'm trying to save a lot of my money, and it's just nuts. Like, I get mermaid hair all the time, and I can just do it. Like, those little things are so awesome. So I don't even believe most of the time that I actually make that money. I feel like I'm lying sometimes when I say it to people. So
well, we've never had anyone send the check back. Or the money back. All right, so
I'm not going to ask.
Give us an aha moment. An aha.
Okay. In this business, I actually have them every single day. And I think you will when you do this, because you'll be making things happen that you didn't know were possible. But But last night, I think I had one because I had a few leaders over from my team, and they were all on this giant beanbag that I told myself I would buy when I got to Presidential Diamond. There was like 5 of them on it. And I took a picture of them, and I was like, God, I didn't know any of those 5 girls before I started this business. I met them on social media, and they have become my absolute best friends. And they're people I never thought were going to work this business with me. And the ones I thought would all quit. Every single one of my original people quit. And it's like, this business brings you so much more than financial freedom. I had one of the girls that I work with was living in her car when she started this. And I was like, oh my God, it came full circle. And now she does this full time with me. My aha moment was that I get to help people transform their lives in a way I always wanted to, because this is not just psychology. This is not just helping them get healthy. This is like life coach, which is what I really wanted to do. And you get to watch these people go from not believing in themselves to shocking themselves with what they're capable of. And it's just the most awesome thing in the world to see how far these people have come because of this company and because I get to mentor them. And I love helping people see what they're capable of and kind of force them into realizing it. So that is an aha moment for me, that I'm like living my dreams in every way. Wow. And it's because of this company.
So impressed. Thank you so much. Now look, we want you to hang out with us for a little bit longer, and I'm going to come right back to you. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's go out to Kelsey. Kelsey, how are you?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
Hello, Kelsey. Congratulations.
Hi. Thank you so much.
Okay, Kelsey, introduce yourself to everyone.
All right. Well, my name is Kelsey Freshour. I am from Marion, Iowa, and there's a pretty large team here. We've got just about over 200,000 people in my town. There's 3 ambassadors that live here, 3 Presidential Diamonds. So we have a lot of people here, but yeah, that's where I'm from. Good old Iowa.
Well, you know what you do? And I think about Michigan having 3 black diamonds, and I can still go up there every day and find someone that hasn't heard of It Works. Can you still do that, Iowa?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that is one of the coolest things. I just had this happen to me yesterday, actually, and I had to screenshot it. What is It Works? And show it to some people on my team, because I thought, gosh, we hear all the time, well, it's so saturated, or you're getting in too late, or, you hear that all the time because there is such a huge team here. But that is proof. And it happens all the time, Pam, all the time.
That's a myth. Saturation is a myth. That will never happen, because every day someone turns 18. There's over 5 million stay-at-home moms that are looking for us. They just don't know it yet. There's so much opportunity for everyone. So tell us what life was like before It Works. What were you doing?
Oh, what was life? Life before It Works is actually much like it is now for me. Actually, if you can believe that. I have 2 little boys. At the time, they were 1 and 2, and they're 2 and 4 now, and we've got another little one on the way. I've got a husband, and I was working full-time in a salon. I am self-employed. I have a salon business that I run also. So all of that is still true now. When I got into this business, I don't know what all of your stories are. It's going to be fun to kind of hear everybody and how their support system was behind them. I had been following some people here in Cedar Rapids for quite some time. And because I'm in the beauty industry and because of the world that we live in, I was very, very skeptical of the products and the business opportunity. So I would say that I watched, maybe rolled my eyes a little bit, and but I still was curious. I didn't believe it, but I was still very curious because what they were posting on Facebook was interesting to me. So I kept watching. And one day I had a friend who was she was actually a former employee of my husband. She worked with him for about 4 years. She had posted a picture of herself on Facebook of a photo of her taking the hair, skin, and nails. And in like 29 days, her hair had grown like 1.5 inches. Wow. Now, being in the beauty industry and having 10 people sit in my chair every day, you can see why I would be like, what? There is no possible way that that works. So I trusted her and I reached out to her, and long story short, she got me to sign up, but I was still very skeptical. I really joined more as a favor to her and really didn't think that I would do a whole lot with the business. But when I got my business builder kit and I did my first 4 set of wraps, I have to tell you, I was, so with my first pregnancy, I gained like 60 pounds. And then my second one, well, I actually had a pregnancy in between there. We lost one. So I was kind of pregnant for a long time and I just kept gaining weight. So after my second child was born, I lost 75 pounds and I was back to my pre-pregnancy weight. But if any of you on this call have children, you know how having babies affects your body, and it's 100% worth it going through all of that. But I did not feel comfortable with my skin. And when I got my set of wraps, I thought, okay, well, I'm going to try this and I'm going to do it as directed and I'm going to take my pictures and all of that. And after the first wrap, I thought, well, I don't know if I really see a whole lot, but determined 72 hours later, I did my second. And I thought, I think I can see a difference. But I'm showing my husband and we're both still very skeptical. So we're like, are we seeing a difference or is it the lighting? By wrap 3, I took that third wrap off and I compared the side by side. I had tears in my eyes, you guys. That wrap was working. And to me, as a new mother who was feeling very self-conscious about myself, I knew that I had something in my hands very special. And from that moment on, I took it and I ran with it. And here we are.
And so we're looking at just 2 years, Presidential Diamond.
Well, not even that, a year and a half. I started in November of 2014.
The ages of the kids. So,
okay.
Yeah. So how do you do that? Having being a full-time entrepreneur in the hair industry, 2 kids, very young, one on the way. A lot of people say that's too busy. That's too busy. I can't do that. We hear that a lot, don't we? Everyone, do we hear?
Yes.
Yeah, we're too busy. So how did you find that time?
Well, like you said, that's an excuse that I hear a lot. And when I hear that, it's just exactly that. It's an excuse because I feel like when something's important to you, you can always make time for it. And whether that means getting up, an hour early or going to bed an hour late, doing something that you believe in. And when you're passionate about it, it doesn't feel like work. When I started this business, my husband was very skeptical and was actually kind of upset with me that I had joined because, like you said, I did not have time. Mm-hmm. I have a very successful salon business. He has a great job. We did not need the money. I did not obviously need something more to spend my time on. It just kind of was like calling my name and I just had to listen. And so when I was getting in and doing all the wrap parties and spending all of that time, it was really difficult. And it's hard when, he didn't really believe in it. And he was kind of, over here chirping in my ear about it. We don't need this. What are you doing? This is nuts. You're spending all this time. He thought, like many other people, that I had gotten in too late and that the area was already saturated and that I wasn't going to be able to pull it off. So I decided, okay, well, Mr. Skeptical, I love you, but I'm going to prove you wrong. And so I went out and I do a lot of messaging. Being a mother and having a full-time job, it is really hard. So I have to work really hard to, plan my time. My husband would say, plan your work your plan. I have something every day. I have tasks that I'm going to do. I've got my hundreds list ready. So I'm always ready to be messaging people. I try really hard to schedule Zooms and things like that after the kids have gone to bed so that I want to make sure that I'm still doing the activities that I need to do and income producing activities and things like that. But I also don't want my kids to feel like they're never seeing me. So like I said, if I've got to get up an hour early, I get up an hour early and get that stuff done so it's not taking time away from them because, as all of you know, the time flies with them and we want to spend as much time with them as we can.
That is incredibly great advice for moms. And I know a lot of times we as moms feel guilty when we're working, and we feel guilty when we're not working. And so we have to try to find that healthy spot in between there. And a lot of it is just utilizing our time properly. So tell us this, what is the number one thing that you feel like you've learned about yourself?
Oh, wow. That's a really good question. I have to say this business, not only the money and the products, obviously those are very life-changing, but for me, the business as a whole has been incredibly life-changing for me, because I think deep down inside, I was looking to prove to myself that I was more than just a hairstylist. Not that a hairstylist is a bad thing, but I was more than just a hairstylist, and I was more than just a mom. So this business has truly proven to me, hands down, I can do anything that I put my mind to. And I think knowing that has changed my life so much. I'm happier, I'm healthier, I believe in myself more. That to me is priceless. You cannot put a price on that.
All right, so give us an aha moment.
Oh, aha moment. That's another really good one. I think that my aha moment in this business is that every single day, this business is not about me. And I love that. I love that I can make it about my team. I know Jordan was saying one of her favorite parts and one of her aha moments was being able to help people reach their goals every day. I think that there's a lot of people that look up to my husband and I at the age that we're at. We've done a really good job with managing our money and getting in a really good and comfortable place. And I know there's a lot of people out there in our age group. You know, I just hit 30 this year. And there's a lot of people that are still struggling. And so if I can teach somebody how to make an extra, couple $100 a month or far beyond that, I feel like I am helping them truly change their life. And if I can also just a little bit, give some pointers on helping them do smart things with that money and not blowing it so that they're in a good place later, I think that's something that's really, really great. So my aha moment definitely would be that this business and this whole team, it's not about me, it's about them. And I love being able to help all of them reach their goals.
Awesome. Kelsey, congratulations. Thank you so much. And
Thank
hang
you.
out with us a little bit longer. I'll be right back to you.
All right.
All right, Joli, where are you?
Hi.
Hello. Welcome.
Thank you.
Can you believe this?
I really can't. I really can't.
Well, congratulations, Presidential Diamond. And so tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and how long you've been on board.
I'm Joli Hensley. I've been in the business. It was 4 years at the end of March. I am from right north of Kalamazoo, Michigan, right south of our Black Diamonds. And yeah,
you're right in their backyard, coming up on
right
them.
in the backyard.
Are you going Black Diamond? You're going to make the whole state Black Diamond, right?
We are. Michigan is a big state. We got a lot of opportunity.
Everybody going Black Diamond on this Zoom here? Thumbs up if you're going Black Diamond. All right, so how long have you been on board?
4 years. It was 4 years in March.
I love this. Okay. We've seen we're going to see from every spectrum here. So 4 years, have you grown up a lot in that 4 years? Have you learned to become a true businesswoman with It Works?
I think so. I think I've always had the entrepreneur mindset, but I've really seen a lot of growth through a lot of personal development and, following different leadership and through going to church and letting the sermon sink into my heart. And I feel like I have grown a ton. Some of that's just the maturity. I mean, I'm 29 years old. So, it's going from, being, 25 years old to 29 and seeing the possibilities of what you truly can do and what you're truly capable of. I mean, I don't see how you can't grow from an experience like this.
So now we know we've got Kelsey's 30, you're 29. And, I am too. I'm right there, 29 to 30. I hover there always. But, when you think about it, that's so young to be generating the income that you're generating. If you told people, they would not believe you.
They believe me. I am a straightforward person. I tell it like it is.
All right. So how has the income helped your life in the 4 years?
You know, Pam, when I started, I had a 5-month-old and a 1-year-old son, and we lived in this little small ranch that my husband had. So I got married right out of college, and we moved into the house that he had, and which was a great little starter house, but there's no backyard. And this last June, we were able to buy just over 16 acres and a big home for everybody, their own room, and the boys can run. You know, we don't have to breathe on top of each other. We don't, you know, it's amazing what has happened in the little time, you know, just for my family, just for breathing room, just, you know, our savings account, paying off student loans, you know, all of that stuff. It's completely changed.
All right. So when you start someone new in the business, brand new, what you said you had some support in the beginning, and what do you do for them? How do you help someone? Do you give them customers? Do you give them distributors, or do you teach them how to do that through the steps to success?
You know, you have to teach the steps of success. If you want to sustain a business going forward, you know, you can do anything temporary. You can give people things to start them off, you know, for the short term. But if you want long-term success in this business, you have to give people tools to be able to BYOB. They have to be able to build their own business. And, you know, how are they going to teach people to do that if you don't give them the tools to do that?
Mm. Love it. Love it. Yeah. You know, I've learned in the I've been in the industry now close to 25 years, 22 years. And what I've learned is teaching them, coaching them, encouraging them, and allowing them the ability to get, like, you've got children. What if you did everything for your child? What would happen to that child as that child matures? So that's good philosophy. So tell us this: when you look back over the 4 years, what's the biggest thing you think you've learned about building your business that you could give to someone and say, don't do this or do this?
So I've been building this business. I've been working a full-time job through it all. And I would say what you need to do is you need to be organized. I'm not an organized person. I was stressing out thinking I wasn't even going to make it on this Zoom because that's the things that happen to me. You know, you have to be organized and you have to have a plan of action, and they need to be business building activities. So whether you are an organized person or not, you need to get yourself organized. You need to get on board, and you need to realize that if you want to be serious about this business, you need to work it like a business. What not to do. When you start seeing success, do not go into management mode. Do not sit there and try to dictate what everybody else is doing and spend your time managing other people. If I had to give you advice, I would say never stop doing what's growing your business. If going out and blitzing people and getting that wrap on people is what got you to Ruby, got you to Diamond, don't all of a sudden stop doing that and just trying to coach other people to do that, because you're going to upset your business. People want a leader. People want people out there who are doing what they're telling you to do. They want somebody to show them the way. So I think that would be my advice.
And you had a good point there too. If that is what you love to do, blitz and wrap parties, do that, right? Don't look around. I think the biggest mistake that I see is people wake up at a position like Ruby or even Diamond, and suddenly they try to be someone else. They go, oh, well, they're very successful, but they don't realize they are too. They're successful and having fun at what they're doing. So don't drop everything and try to learn Instagram over the next 2 years. Have you seen people do that and it totally disrupts their business?
You know, I have, and you know, I have to be completely honest. You know, I was like, how do I do this Instagram train? You know, how do I do that? And, you know, and that's why I can look back and say, you know, do what you're good at. You know, for me, Instagram is not my thing. However, I think that whatever you choose to do, you've got to be consistent. And if you choose to get on that Instagram train. You can't do it for a week. You can't do it for 2 weeks and then all of a sudden stop. You know, if you're going to make a commitment to social media, make a commitment to social media. If you're going to make a commitment to getting out and blitzing people and handing coupons to cashiers at every transaction you do, be consistent. And I think that across the board, no matter what leader you talk to in this business, they are going to use that word consistency, because you can't do something 1 or 2 times or 1 week or even 1 month and then get upset as to why you're not presidential yet.
Okay, so give us an aha moment.
Aha moment. I think a big aha moment for me and a lot of my team is, you know, so often we have all these amazing leaders giving us tips left and right of things that they're doing. And I think a lot of times it gets so overwhelming and we hear all this great stuff to the point where we just don't know what to do. And so we don't do anything. So an aha moment for me is that when you have all this great information coming at you, just stop, take a breather, write it down, and implement one thing at a time. Just make small changes. Don't think that you need to do a complete 360. Don't think that you need to lose yourself in the process. Take these tips, incorporate them into yourself, and let yourself shine and reflect through those, and just make small changes at a time. And by doing that, you are going to see your business absolutely explode.
Thank you so much. Great tips. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, now we're going to come back to you, so hang out with us for a while. All right, let's take it to Fayre. Fayre, how are you?
I am fantastic. How are you?
I am wonderful. All right, so Fayre, please introduce yourself to everyone. Tell us who you are, where you're from, and how long you've been with It Works.
I am Fayre Montecalvo. I am from Tampa, Florida. I am currently in the lobby of a hotel in Dublin, Ireland. It is almost midnight.
What time is it there?
It's almost midnight.
Well, thank you for joining us. That's not too bad. Sometimes I talk to people and it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
I already lost it, so I don't lose connection again. And with It Works,
okay.
July,
So tell us, how long have you been on board?
Since July of 2013.
Since July of 2013. What takes you to Dublin?
We're on vacation.
I love it. We have a home office there.
Oh, you do?
Yes, we do. Absolutely, we do.
Oh my gosh.
And that is for our European countries. So, all right. So, Fayre, when you think back, July 2013, what was life like? Could you have imagined being in Dublin?
No. No. Life was very different for me back in July of 2013. I'm a mother of 5 and a former bartender. I bartended and served for 12 years. And to say that in July of 2013 I was struggling would be a massive understatement. I was dating my now husband at the time. We have 5 together. I have 4 and he has 1, but they're all ours. And we were struggling financially, every aspect of the word, because we all know when finances are bad, stress happens. My faith was being tested. I lost my dad in 2012, September of 2012, just before finding this company. And I was just, I always tell people, let rock bottom, I don't want to get weird on this. Let rock bottom be the solid foundation of which you rebuild your life. And that's exactly what this company did for me. I was at rock bottom in July of 2013.
You know, a lot of people, if they had gone through that, if they had rock bottom, 5 kids, bartending, they'd look at this and say, I can't do it. I don't have what it takes. Were those thoughts going through your mind?
Absolutely. I didn't necessarily believe in myself, but I knew that what I was doing wasn't working, so I had to give it a shot.
Mm-hmm. What could you say to that person listening right now that's feeling that way, feeling, I can't do this? They might have been in a year and they haven't made a move yet.
You got to drop the excuses. I love when people tell me I'm too busy. And I'm like, I was bartending full time. I was working a part-time job just to make ends meet. I was raising all the kids. I was doing regular activities, baseball with the boys, church. It wasn't like I was just sitting around bored. You've got to drop the excuses and make the time. I hear the excuse of nobody wants it. yeah, you can't talk to 5 people and think that you're going to go presidential diamond or ambassador diamond. You know, all those excuses we have are just fears made up in our head.
You know, when I hear nobody wants this, that's my first thought. Well, they've talked to 3 or 4 people. Those 3 or 4 have said no, because you can't put in the amount of customers that we put in every single day, which are in the thousands, and say that no one wants this. Absolutely, they do. And, all right, so think about this too. When you start building a business, and those thoughts come through, and you suddenly start moving along. Is it really the steps to success? Is it really those 3 simple steps? And if have you ever deviated from that or made it more complicated, and what happened?
It's really those 3 simple steps. And I think, yes, I'm guilty. I think a lot of us are guilty of trying to reinvent the wheel. I've tried to be a mass recruiter. I've tried to go out there and, you know, find a ton of people. And I have had great months where I might have done the steps 2 or 3 times. And I've had slow months where I might not complete them at all. But it kind of makes up for itself. But when I know that when I try to go out and reinvent the wheel and turn those 3 distributors into 15 distributors, all that happens is I stress myself up and I let myself down. So keep it simple. Stick to those steps to success. We all know they're there for a reason, and they work, or we wouldn't be here. It really is that simple. I always tell my team, it's simple. It's not easy. The plan is simple.
Yeah.
You have to now put in the work.
We make it hard, don't we? We make it hard by the thoughts that go through our own mind, but also by listening to others. And so when you think about, okay, now I'm in Dublin. Wow, this is so cool. But what's every day like different for you right now?
Oh my gosh. Well, my husband was the triple on my presidential. We got married last year, 2014. We would have been able to get married without this company because we couldn't afford. I was married previously, so I wasn't able to turn to mom and dad and say, well, my dad passed, but wasn't able to turn to mom and say, hey, can you help out with this wedding? So we had to pay for it ourselves. We got a little help from his parents with the rehearsal dinner and whatnot, but we were able to get married. Then I was able to leave bartending as well as my part-time job. Then he was able to leave the Hard Rock Casino where he worked. We're both full-time parents now. He's a triple, like I said, and I'm a prez. And every aspect of our life, from the time we wake up in the morning and how we start our day to the time we go to bed at night, to finances, to being able to travel, just the freedom, the time freedom, I promise is priceless. That's the most priceless part. We talk a lot about the finances, which are incredible, but without those, we wouldn't have that time freedom. And to be here on I don't even know what day it is, but Tuesday, in Dublin, Ireland, and going to France Thursday, then we leave for Italy on Saturday. I don't even know. Like, it's just crazy, and we're so grateful.
All right, so give us an aha moment.
My biggest to date aha moment was January of 2014. I went to my first corporate conference, and I went in there as an executive. I was happy with that rank, but I was very timid and still didn't have that belief in myself, and was like, I'll go check it out. I'm a blue personality, so if there's a party, I'm not missing it. So I went more for the party and for the fun, and went just kind of timid and shy, and I knew some of the big leaders' names and wanted to ask them, but was too nervous I didn't want to look like a celebrity stalker, So I just went there like for the party, really. And I watched some of the women and men walking across stage and telling their stories. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, there's nothing different about these people than me. They just set aside their excuses, set aside their fears, and said, I'm going to do it. And I walked out of conference as an executive in 2014. I came home to Ryan, I think we were engaged at that point, and said, I'm going to go diamond and earn this bonus. And he was like, okay, do what you got to do, and I did. I was done. I was done with the excuses. I was done telling myself I wasn't good enough or I couldn't do it. I was done. That was the turning point of my business right there.
Beautiful. Fayre, thank you so much. And if you can, I'll understand if you can't, but if you can, hang out with us for a little bit. And I'll be right back to you first when I come back around.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Magen, how are you?
Hi, doing well. Sitting on the beach. Enjoying life.
Sitting on the beach. I'm telling you, the beach, Dublin, What's going on with everyone? Everyone turns presidential and takes a vacation.
We deserve it.
Yes, you do. All right, so Megan, please introduce yourself and tell us how long you've been on board and where you're from.
Okay, Megan Rivers, from Savannah, Tennessee, and we started the business May of 2013. So, I don't know, almost 2 years. That's all.
Okay, almost 2 years. All right, so I'll ask you this question too, because I always like to know the backstory a little bit. What were you doing before It Works?
Okay, so I was a stay-at-home mom. My husband was in the ministry, and I thought, I used to teach and I got my master's in education, that was my passion. But when I held my baby girl that first time, that's the only thing I could think about was being home with her. And so my dream was to be home, and we made that happen, but it became very stressful very quickly because we couldn't afford it. And so it wasn't the life I had always thought it would be, basically. And so before It Works, we were just not even living paycheck to paycheck. We were $300 short every month on our bills. And so that accrued to basically $30,000 in credit card debt in just a few years. So,
wow. And, you think about ministers do so much for all of us, but yet the pay many, many times is just not there. Yeah. And to be able to supplement that with this, was the beginning just diaper money, or what were you thinking? That extra $300?
It was just enough to put food on the table. That's what it was. Which I guess it took off so quickly for me because I just saw it and caught that vision the day I started. I contemplated it for a couple of months as I was a customer trying the products. And when I realized what this business could be, I took off with it. And so I made about $1,300 my first month with Wrap Cash and Fast Start bonuses. Those bonuses are incredible. Went Ruby, but the bonus wasn't there. But, I just saw, selling people wraps and signing up distributors and loyal customers. I mean, that's what this business is, and it's that simple. And I realized very quickly what it could be. And so we got on our feet. I mean, obviously started playing catch up with the finances, but I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that this company was, doing for us what I saw it do for so many of our friends.
And do you feel like it's such a way to give back to people through your knowledge and your training and everything that you've learned, the personal development as well?
Absolutely. I mean, it has changed our life in so many ways. My husband, actually, we had felt like we were being called away from our church that we had been at for about 4 years for a while, but we're very, very scared and skeptical to step out on It Works alone because you just hear so much negativity of, well, it's going to fall apart. And, we just decided, what? It's not unless we let it. And so we stepped out on faith in December. My husband resigned from his job, and we have loved doing volunteer ministry because we can do it and don't expect a paycheck, and we can he's fulfilling his dream of getting his master's of divinity and getting his education, finishing that, and we can just serve in so many aspects and do like they don't know it yet, but we're taking some students that we got to serve with on a trip, and it's just cool to be able to give back. And then, as in the business aspect, for so long, I tried to keep the ministry and the business separate. Mm-hmm. And that's not really how it's supposed to be. And so it's, as we've been able to serve those and reach out to those first on a business aspect, to get them financially stable, to then see their lives change in so many other ways as we pour into them relationally. It's been a really cool thing. So,
because we've had so many ministers' wives really want to be a part of It Works. And that is their struggle, is how do I keep this separate? And my thought has always been, why would you keep it separate?
Right.
So speak to them for just a second. Just tell them how you just did, but a little bit more on how you overcame that.
Yeah, so my fear in the beginning, which is probably a lot like my sister-in-law my brother's a pastor and she's on my team as well, very close to going triple diamond. We talk about this a lot, but our fear in the beginning was we didn't want those people at church to run from us and that to hinder, the relationships that we had. And we didn't want to be seen as those like people hounding, trying to get customers. And so, but I quickly realized that I was actually hindering my business and those relationships by not sharing with them what I had come upon, because it was, like I said, I went ruby my first month and diamond a couple months later. And so I had fully replaced my teaching income in just 3 months, full-time income. And I'm keeping it to myself and not sharing it with all of these other women who want to be home with their kids all the same. And so it didn't really make sense anymore to keep it to myself. And so that's when we started sharing with a lot of our friends, in our church and things like that. Hey, you've got to hear what we're doing. And they're like, well, we we didn't want to ask, we didn't want to hear.
They know something's going on.
Right. Because people could see, when that financial strain and stress is lifted off yourself in a marriage, things change, and we have never been happier. We had that summer when I started was, I'm going to get emotional, but it was the hardest time in our marriage that we've ever had. And when you build your relationship with the Lord, I don't know, divorce wasn't really a topic that we talked about, but I just thought, how do people make this work? I didn't understand it. And it works, lifted the strain and stress off of our marriage. And I would take it just for that and take the money away,
We won't take your money away. We're going to let you enjoy all of it.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Give us an aha moment.
Okay, so my aha moment, I've had a lot, but probably the one that changed my business so greatly was at the very beginning. I got on Facebook one day. I was enjoying the products after my skeptical experience of trying the wrap the first time. But I got on Facebook and saw my enroller, presidential Krista Bratcher. She had posted that she earned not only the diamond bonus 1 month, but then the double diamond good bonus. So $25,000 within just a couple months' time. And I just couldn't believe it, because what I thought was that would feed my family forever. We would never have to do anything else. And so, because at this point, all we were thinking of is how do we put food on the table? Something besides WIC, And that was my thing. And as quickly as I got started, I guess, so it kind of went that whole month was I knew nothing about this business. I knew nothing about network marketing. I have an education degree and I'm just a mom, a stay-at-home mom trying to make ends meet. And look at this now. It's been 2 years and we are going to the beach three times this month in 4 weeks, and it's just like, why not the mom next door? There's nothing special about me except I just share it, and we've talked so much about the steps to success on this call. But that's all it is. There's no magic. It's just going and telling people about it. And they either want to change their life, business aspect, or change their health with the products. And that's all there is to it.
I love it. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Hang out with us a little bit longer. We're going to come right back to you. All right, Jessica, thank you for being so patient. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am wonderful. So tell everybody who you are and where you're from and how long you've been on board.
Okay, I'm Jessica Sindler. I'm originally from a tiny town in Pennsylvania, but I've been in St. Louis for about 12 years.
So, all right, so how long have you been on board?
I started in June 2012, so it'll be 4 years in June.
4 years. Okay, so you've learned a lot in the 4 years. What do you think has been the most significant thing that you've learned?
Probably that I can do more than I think I can. And, I've learned to pray a lot. And, just kind of take the focus off myself. And because I can tell you, when I first started, I hit diamond in 4 months because I had to make this work, or else I was going to have to go get a career job and put my kids in daycare. And I never wanted to do that, but it was just not an option. You know, we couldn't make it on a single income. And so I made it work and I hit diamond. And then 4 or 5 months after that, I hit double. And this was my 4th network marketing company. And to make that much money that fast was just mind blowing to me. And I got real comfortable at Double Diamond. And, you know, I was there for 2 years actually. And towards the end of that, I got into a little bit of a funk because I got so comfortable, and I was still working the business, but I definitely wasn't, you know, like pounding the pavement or anything, and stuff maybe started to fall apart a little bit. And, you know, I'm kind of rambling here, but my aha moment actually that, you know, you're going to ask me later, but in my funk, I was making like $4,000 to $5,000 a month. And I was just like, what am I doing? You know, like in a funk, I can make that much money and I can help so many more people make that kind of money and be home like I am with my kids that I always wanted to do. So at that point, you know, I had to take it off myself and put it on, you know, all the other people that I can help and, you know, get to where I was. So,
you know, in the beginning, I tell everyone as a coach of network marketing of It Works, that in the beginning, the focus should be on you. You're new, you're building. It's got to be on you and getting to these positions. And that doesn't mean not taking everyone with you. That means absolutely taking everyone with you, but they're all needing to do that as well. They need to focus on building their business, showing themselves that they can do it. And then we all hit that plateau for a while. Everyone goes through it. Now they might get all the way to ambassador before that happens, but we all go through that of, how could I possibly need more? I should feel blessed. Everything's good. But that's when we really need to break through it. We need to break through that. And that is when the shift takes place and we start thinking about everyone else. And then it becomes beautiful again. It's like you come back out and the sun is shining. So that's usually happens within that first 4 years. So congratulations for you to breaking through that and going on to presidential, because you definitely are worth it and you do deserve it. And so love that aha moment. But let's go back to this too. Financially, you know, when $4,000 to $5,000 is tremendous. Most people never make that in their lifetime. Now, I mean, that definitely is a whole nother level of earning. Are you going to continue on? Are you going to go to ambassador and beyond that? And then how are you going to inspire your team to do that too?
Yes, I definitely am. And, you know, like I said, it's more for them than it is for me right now, because I mean, at presidential, and I just got my husband a triple last month. I mean, we have more than enough, but, you know, I just want to like scream it from the rooftops, you know, like, you guys, we have this opportunity. It's real. Like, you know, you've watched me for 4 years, like, come join me. And I actually had my best friend since 4th grade just join me a couple months ago. So I've got my little hometown crew on board now. So it's really fun. But yeah, I mean, the only way I can motivate or inspire is just from, you know, leading from the front and to keep working and keep showing them, you know, that it can be done. So.
And that's the only way. Everybody always asks me, how do you motivate people? I say, you can't. You can only inspire them. You inspire them through your actions. And so now, you know, 4 years have passed, but what was going on before It Works for you all?
Oh, it was quite the struggle. Oh gosh. So I was a job hopper, and big like career jobs kind of stressed me out and gave me anxiety. So, and I always just wanted to be home with my babies. So like I said, I tried different network marketing companies. I fell in love with the concept of network marketing right away. It was back in college and I just saw the vision of it. But it just took finding the right company. And, but before I found It Works, we had to downsize to a 2-bedroom apartment. Finances were really hard. And so when I did sign up, he was kind of like, you've got to make this work, or, this is it. So I ran and never looked back.
What makes us different from the others that you tried?
Well, I think it starts with the product. You can't get the wrap anywhere else. And of course, that's what draws people in. And the results it gives is just insane. So that's a really easy way to introduce people to the company. And then, of course, we like to introduce them to all the other products, get them healthy from the inside out, get them on some supplements and skincare and everything. So the products for sure, but also you guys at corporate, just with you guys have been in the industry and have been very successful in the industry. So how to coach us and the tools to give us. And, of course, the compensation plan is amazing. It's just all around the best out there.
Well, one of the ways we compensate you, one of the ways we compensated last year was a cruise in November. And we've got another one coming up in November. It was actually December last year, November this year, on the 5th largest cruise ship in the world, the Norwegian, and it's called the Escape. Now, are you at all desiring to be on that ship?
Of course. I was on last year.
All right. So, when I think about this is a no-brainer to me. We are paid to gather customers and distributors and help them get started and build through those steps to success. So we're not asking you to do anything other than that to get on the cruise. And then that should motivate and your team as they come in. We had executives on that cruise last year. We had rubies on that cruise last year. So what could you say about the cruise, and if you're coaching your team on what they should do to build, how they should utilize this contest to build their business?
Well, it's funny because I had a girl, I was like, so are you coming on the cruise with us? And she's like, well, do you think I can really do it? Because she's new. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah. I don't want anyone new to think that they don't have a chance to get on, because it is a point system and it is just building your business. She's about to go Ruby. She's got a couple people she can help go Ruby. So it's really just building your business, and, you can use the cruise as an incentive to be more attractive to people to join the business. So yeah, it's just a win-win, and you get to hang out with corporate and top leaders and just everyone in between. And it's just a great time and a free vacation. You just can't beat it.
All right. So I'll see you in Margaritaville on the cruise ship, or the snow room. I might see you in the snow room in the spa. All right. So Fayre, let me come to you because you're in Dublin now. We know it's getting late. It's way past midnight there. What about the cruise? Are you're already in Dublin traveling, but are you looking forward to being on that cruise ship in November?
Oh yes, we went last year. We earned a full cabin. Me and my husband both got to go. Pam, I remember there was a moment we were sitting at the Circle Bar downstairs, and my husband's back was almost touching your back, and I said, "You're backed up to Pam Souter," and he's like, "Should I say something?" It was really weird. We did talk to you. But it was so much fun. This is my blue personality again. I like to party, and I'm not going to miss a party, especially at Works party. So last year, I was a little nervous. I was like, can we do this? Can we earn those points? Do you think we'll be able to? I wanted him to go no matter what. So I was like, I got to get a full cabin. A half cabin just wasn't an option for me. So, I had those fears again. Can I earn a full cabin? And, again, it was that blue personality saying, I'm not going to not earn a full cabin because I'm going to be on that cruise and I'm going to party with all those crazy It Works distributors, crazy in a good way. And, we did. And I'm like, this year I am pumping up my team so much because I'm like, you guys, you can't not be there. Like, you don't want to be the one sitting at home watching all your, teammates on Facebook posting all these fun pictures. Like, you've got to get on that cruise, and we'll be there.
I love it. All right. Thanks so much again for being on.
Thank you so much.
So let me go back to Jordan. Jordan, cruise. You going cruising?
Yes, I am. I'm so excited. as soon as it came out, I actually posted a video in my group, my team group, and I'm pretty sure like they could not understand me because I was just like, I'm freaking out right now, you guys, because we are all going on a boat and it's going to be so much fun. And I think I accidentally swore in the video because I was so excited. So I'm the only difference between last year and this year is last year I did earn a spot for my fiance too. And this year I'm going to, but this year I want to have so many of my team there too. And so I'm determined. So I've been working with some of my leaders to help them work with people on their team to set a game plan each month for how to get like about the amount of points that they might need to get on. Like compared to last year, I'm trying to do it a little bit higher than what I think. But so everyone on my team has like a cruise game plan and we're all going on it. I'm so excited because the cruise is partially honestly what helped me go presidential, because being around people that really, really wanted to change the world the way you did and feeling like you were a part of something that was so awesome and having long conversations. Like I know Genesis introduced us and we took a picture and then her phone got stolen and it was gone forever. But I was so motivated by even just meeting you and being around everyone. That was so awesome. And it literally, I got on a plane to go home and I told Matt, I'm going presidential, like I'm going hardcore, and it's what took me there. I know it. So it's so huge and it's so much fun and it's so much easier than people think to do it, because I had people on my team last year that were like, I don't think I could. And then after they realized the people that did go on and what they did in their business, they realized they could have done it afterwards. So don't wait and think you can't. Try as hard as you can and get with your upline and set a plan, but it's so much easier than people think to do it. It's just working your business. So I'm so excited.
We'll take that picture in the snow room.
Yeah.
With your phone. All right. So Kelsey, cruising. You excited?
Very excited. So last year, I have to tell you a story. I came home and I told my team, because this impacted me in a great way. My husband and I earned a full cabin on the cruise last year, and that was his first corporate event that he was ever at. So it was really fun for him to be able to experience that too. One of the nights we were there, we were at a karaoke bar until like 3 a.m. And we ended up in like the cafeteria or something after that. And in comes walking Mark with his little crew of people. And we're standing in line to get pizza. And he walks up right behind us. And we all said, Mark, come on, you can come up, come get your pizza. And he looked at us and said, no, I can wait. We thought that was so cool that here's Mark Pentecost. And, we all adore all of our corporate team and, think that you're way up here. And the fact that he just said, you guys were here first, go on through. We just thought that was so cool. And it spoke volumes to me and of him as a person and all of you guys at corporate, because you're just like all of us. Of course, you're really awesome and amazing and everything.
So
but
all of you.
I came home and I had to share that with my team because I thought that it was so cool that on that cruise, your title kind of went away and you just got to relax and hang out with people that you may view as celebrities. And it was just so much fun. And another thing that, I want to tell anybody who's going to watch this, I had several people on my team, I think 3 last year, who had joined mid-contest, like in the month of June, and they got on that cruise. And it's amazing that if you put your mind to it and focus on going Ruby and follow those steps to success, which we have talked about on this call, and not reinventing the wheel. This contest, what I love about it is it really teaches you to get back to the basics. And if you do you do your steps to success, you enroll loyal customers, you enroll distributors, and help your team go Ruby. I mean, it's as easy as that. And then you get to party with the big dogs on a big ship in the middle of nowhere. So it's really cool. I'm very excited.
It's all good. And I think Fayre, the blue comes out on all of us on the cruise ship. I think the blue comes out. Okay, Joli, tell me, you excited about the cruise?
Pam, I am so excited about the cruise. And to tell you the truth, anybody who says that they're not excited about the cruise is just scared. That they're scared to put it out there that they want to go and that they're excited because they're scared that they may not make it. And, you can't be, you know, with the cruise, even if, you know, you're afraid of being on boats or, you know, maybe the cruise isn't your thing. It's not really about the cruise. It's all these things that you do to get on the cruise is life changing for your business. I mean, you guys are geniuses at corporate, teaching people to do the steps to success, build rubies. Rubies unlocks the entire compensation plan. You know how to do rubies, you know how to do ambassador, you know how to enroll loyal customers, you know how to enroll distributors. Guess what? You are going to succeed well beyond when the cruise takes sail. Your business is going to be soaring, and you are going to be getting in the habit of doing those business building things that is taking you to the next level. So don't be scared to say, I want to cruise, because what you are saying is, I want to be successful. And you are going to be doing those things, and, you know, enrolling your distributors, teaching your team, you know, goes back to what you said earlier. Do you give people distributors? Do you give people loyal customers, or do you teach them to build their own business? And that's exactly what this cruise is designed to do. And it makes me so, so excited.
All right, we'll see you cruising. I love it. All right, we're going to hear lastly from Magen. Magen, cruising. Are you going cruising?
Well, we have baby number 3 due, so I'm not sure, but I will have a spot, okay? Because Joli took those words out of my mouth. Basically, y'all are geniuses, and you reward us in so many ways just by working our business. And as if the compensation plan wasn't enough, we get bonuses and cruises. And my husband and I got a full cabin last year and loved it and had so much fun. So if baby comes in time, we'll be there, because we're earning a spot for sure.
Oh, I love it. Leading with passion. I love it. I want to thank all of you for being on. I've really, really enjoyed this Zoom. I've enjoyed every aspect of it. Again, congratulations to each one of you. Thrilling to have you a part of our leadership team, Presidential Diamond, everything that you've done. So congratulations, ladies. We'll say good night to everyone. Good night.
Thanks so much, Pam.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Have a good night.